So the builder has offered you an incentive to buy a home from them, and you're trying to figure out how to use that. Well, I'm glad you asked. Actually, a lot of times the builders make it really, really simple to decide how you're going to use the incentive that they're offering you. And that is because they tell you how they're going to offer it. And they'll give you a design credit. So they'll give you $20,000 to spend at the design center to buy those granite countertops, or guess quartz countertops, or the white cabinets, or the LVP, or the wood look tile floors. You get the idea. Or they'll give you money off the purchase price. Now that's more rare, and typically moving into a neighborhood, you really don't want the builder discounting the houses a bunch and taking money off the purchase price so much. Yeah, it's great for you in the moment, but if they keep doing that, when you're trying to sell your house later, you're like, builder, why do you keep reducing the price? So there's a lot of other ways that builders will give you an incentive and incentivize you to build with them and not with the other builders next door. So as we mentioned, purchase price, design center credit, really in my opinion, because they net out about the same, it's kind of the same type of incentive. If you're gonna buy a house, let's say the sticker on it's $500,000, and they're gonna give you $20,000 off the price. So now you think, okay, $480,000. Well, let's just pretend you're gonna spend $40,000 at design. Now your $500,000 house becomes $480, then you spend $40 at design, it's $520,000. Instead, the builder's like, we don't want to reduce the price of the home. We're going to give you $20,000 at design center. You're like, okay, great. So $500,000 house, I go to design, I spend $40,000 at design, they give me 20 back, $520,000 house. It works out to be exactly the same. So really, design center credit, taking the price of the house down really works out the same. Some of the other ways, of course, the builder can give you a credit on your closing costs. So they'll pay all your closing costs, they'll pay some of your closing costs. And the benefit for you on that is it's real cash money in your pocket at closing. So when you go to closing, you need your down payment and you need to have your closing costs. And so that's real cash that you have to bring to the closing table. So the builder paying for that lets you keep more money in your pocket. And then you can go buy maybe $10,000 of furniture for the house. Now, just don't buy that before closing on credit. So that's the big thing, and your lender will tell you all about that. Wait till after you close and then, well, use your closing cost money. But there's another way that you can use those funds, and there's a way that I am really, really liking right now. Let me just show you a little bit of math on that. And that is having the builder take that credit and buy down your rate. So let's look at an example. I had one of my mortgage professionals run some loose numbers here. Now, I'm not a mortgage professional and I'm not giving like real life payments or rates or anything like that. We're using some real life scenarios and we're gonna be pretty close. So just want to really show you the difference in how this math works, because math is the path, baby. So again, let's assume a $500,000 house. And let's just assume 20% down payment, so $100,000 down payment. And we won't worry about closing costs and all of that right now, but we will do a $10,000 incentive. So right now at a 6.99% rate, someone buys the house for $500,000 and they have a $400,000 mortgage. Their monthly payment on that is going to be right around $2,650, so about $2,650 a month. Now let's say they apply that $10,000 and they reduce the price of the house to $490,000. Now they're actually financing $390,000 instead of $400,000. That is definitely going to reduce the monthly payment, but it's going to reduce the monthly payment by about $50 or so. So now we're looking at a $2,600 a month payment for that $10,000. Pretty good. I'd like to have an extra $50 a month, but can we do better with that $10,000? And I think, yes, you can. So what would happen if we took that $10,000 and we had the builder buy our interest rate down? Instead of a 6.99, that $10,000 is going to buy it down to a 5.99% rate. What does that do for your monthly payment? Well, again, I'm glad you asked. That actually cuts the monthly payment down to right around $2,400. So it's about a $200 savings versus a $50 savings, just as that little tweak. Instead of reducing the price of the house, instead we're buying down the interest rate with that money. But you say, you know what? I can still afford a $2,650 mortgage, I can still afford a $2,600 mortgage payment. So $2,400, $2,600, I can still cover that. So maybe I should just reduce the price of the house. That might be a good call, but what if you did this? What if you took the $2,400 payment and then you took the extra $200 that you're saving a month and applied that to principal on the other side? You could actually cut down 5-7 years off the life of your loan and pay tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars less in the end than you would have if you had just been paying the $2,600 as a monthly payment. So I'm a big fan of, yeah, it doesn't look as good to pay $500,000 versus $490,000. Maybe you don't feel as good to tell your neighbors, oh yeah, I got mine for $490 versus $500. But in the end, your payment's gonna be $200 per month less than if you just cut it off the price of the house. And again, if you take that $200 and you apply it to your principal every month, then you're gonna come out way further ahead. So any questions about this stuff? I love it. I love talking the math. I love going down this road. And if you have very specific questions, I would love to connect you with one of my lender partners to have that conversation as well. In any case, let's talk more about closing costs with builders next time, and look forward to catching up with you guys on a future video.